This morning, a rapper who bragged about getting rich from defrauding the government.
Mic check one, mic check two. Hopefully it's not too loud. Um, what's up, y'all? Let me get comfortable. Hopefully y'all having a decent night. Hopefully you're having a decent night. It has been so much news that has been going on. And today I was at work and I got to work. No. I went at work. I went at work. Where was it? Where was it? Um, I was at home. At home in the bed. And all of a sudden, I'm if you know me to know me is that I'm a very big news type of person. The older I done got, the more I have gotten my ass into I have to watch the news and see what's going on. Because see, some of y'all motherfuckers don't believe in watching the news, but I believe in watching it because you got to stay up to date. So anyway, as I'm watching the news and it's watching me, I go to see the news and I said, and then news pop across. I mean, I'm just like, out the blue, was just like, bam, across my head. Don Living has been arrested. I said, Lord, they got him. You would have thought somebody had passed away fast as I fell out on that floor when they had said they had got done. And if you know, you know, um, they arrested Don. They arrested Don for pretty much going to the event where he was at and you know being there. I'm not sure if he was being there. I know why he was there. He was there being a journalist, you know. So what I want to kind of go over is why I think, and then I brought this video right here up because I wanted you to be able to hear. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I think my brother pulling in and he got my burger. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh no, that ain't him. I thought it was him. I was happy. Hey girl, what's up, boo? What's up, boo? Oh yeah. So I am streaming on Facebook, which I normally don't stream on Facebook, but hello to Facebook as well. Uh. I don't even know. You know what? Let me go over here and see right quick. Is Facebook even running good? Is Facebook even running good? I don't know. We finna see. Oh, it's running good. All right, it's running over there on Facebook. Let me know. It says it's going, huh? It said it's going. Anyway, so yes, but let me sit down there. Let me get me a seat. Yeah, y'all, we finna have a little discussion. Let me get comfortable. You know how Big Mama come in and say, "Ooh, you know, yes, Lord, ain't nothing like a moo. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all grandma used to wear a moo and she stood in that kitchen, and your granddaddy didn't go nowhere for 55 years, it was because of that moo. That moo and that cooking, baby, that'll keep a man. Let him keep you in perfect peace with your mind stayed on thee. Okay. Mm, mm. All right. It's late. So I had to get up, and I'm got older now, so I got to take me a little shot before I talk about the story because my blood pressure was high. Oh, let me see if I just hold on, y'all. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Oh. All right, my burger here. My burger here. Listen, my burger is here. Yay, my burger is here. Heard my brother coming in downstairs. One thing I like about my house is that this is my first time. I've always rented apartments. I've always had apartments. I've always had apartments. This is my first time actually renting a house. So, with it being the size that it is or whatever. Um, thank you, baby. Being the size that it is or whatever. It's good to be able to look out. I can kind of see and stuff. But God is good. So anyway, let's go into this. So this morning, y'all know the news. Don Lemon was arrested this morning. Well, I'm sorry, not this morning. Yesterday night. Okay, I'm gonna go country. He was arrested yesterday night, and actually, let me go and pull this up. Let me see. Hold on, because if I'm gonna tell the story, I got to at least tell it halfway right. Okay, let me see. Hold on. I got to read this out. Okay, so so let me highlight this. Hold on. I want to highlight this. I don't know why I want to sing that song so bad. He'll keep you in perfect peace if you keep your mind stayed on thee. I don't know why I want to sing that song so bad. I don't know why, but it's really in my spirit all of a sudden. He'll keep you in perfect peace if you keep your mind stayed on thee. I don't know. Why is it? I don't know. It just fell on me out the blue. It just fell on me. He'll keep you in perfect peace if you keep your mind stayed on thee. Do you trust the Lord? Okay, I got this pulled up. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into let me find some news. Okay, so I got Facebook running good, so y'all, I'm gonna go back over here, make sure my stuff is running. All right, Bookie. Mm, 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 mm. Let me tell you something. If this big head joker don't bring my burger upstairs, we're gonna fight in about 2 months. Okay, hold on. So let me go and do this. I'm gonna do this real quick while I'm talking to y'all. I'll keep holding on. Oh, when it looks so down and it looks so bad, I'll keep holding on. Oh, oh. Okay, y'all. Hold on, y'all. When I look back over my life and I see all the things God done for me, like a great thing. I thank the Lord. He saved me. I can't have lost my way, but the Lord, He got my mind. Now I can say that I'm still here. Okay, y'all, I'm almost done. And it's by the grace of God. Oh, I'm still here. Oh, I'm still here. I'm still on. Yeah. Oh. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. You gotta make me to eat. Let's see. You got me fucked up. Let's see. Can I copy? Thank you. Okay. I'm almost done, y'all. I'm filling in some stuff for this right here. trying to what does it say? Fill the room up. Yeah, fill the room up. All right, so here we go. Did it go through? All right, it went through. All right. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so this is, of course, y'all know what happened already. Don Lemon was sent to the jailhouse. Okay, they came and locked his black ass up. Now, this is really upsetting to me in a way because it's so many different factors that goes into it. But I might sound a little biased because I love Don Lemon. However, I'm a critic as well because he definitely could do things better, especially when it comes to his blackness, because he leans into it when he needs it. But we still love Don. That's our business. But however, it's such a thin line that we're all talking about because we're looking at different forms of freedom of speech. We're looking at that First Amendment real good. So a lot of times I want to take you back to a little bit of America's history. In this video that I pulled up right here, this is a lady. Her name, let me tell y'all what this lady's name is right here. I don't even know this woman. This woman is anonymous. They need to call her anonymous. Okay. They need to call this woman anonymous. Okay. This lady is MVMO channel. She sounds like she would be maybe like a private doctor or a therapist or some type of teacher or a doctor or something like that because her intellect and her thought and her way of thinking I'm in awe of her. I like it. So needless to say, let me see this. Can I round these corners off on these? Oh, I can't do them. Okay, my bad. I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna cancel it. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. What I do then? Well, how do I fix it? Okay, well, we're gonna go back to this one. See. I gotta stop pressing buttons and stuff. Let me see. Is that right there? That ain't it. That ain't the one I had. Oh, Sherman. Oh, Sherman, I got lost. I can't find my way back home. Okay, now I found my way back home. Okay. So, and this is in need of that. But yes, this woman is MVMO channel. Like I said before, like she's very, very highly intelligent. The way that she speaks and kind of critically breaks things down is it's very crazy to me, and I love it. Because you as you grow, as you get older, and things like that. One thing that I've learned is to know everything is to know nothing. Okay, so if you walk around very high headed all the time or whatever, and you're a type of person that only really is very selfish and is only really into yourself, and you don't notice it, you'll notice that the important people or good people around you they're disappearing or they're not around your ass anymore. Okay, not the leeches, not the bald headed hoes, not them hoes you had issues with, but actually genuinely good people you're going to miss out on because you're not being aware of your surroundings and it's unaware of your behavior. Okay, it's always good to do a self check. Somebody tap the church and say, "Church, self check." Oh Lord, don't get me started. I'm about ready. But yes, this lady right here, she really breaks it down, and sometimes she comes off very, very, you know, strong. Not strong, but you know, very, what I say, emotionally intelligent. Okay. Now I want to see if y'all can hear this. Let's check this out. Let's go start with this right here.
Of Don. I'm not talking about him as a human being. I'm talking about his work performance, his job history, his performance, and the things he does. Okay. So let's go ahead and listen to just a random quick newscast where they're covering the facts. So I'm going to play just a random. So don't get caught up in, oh, that's such and such from this news program. It doesn't matter. They're all saying the same thing because at this time, everybody only knows the same thing. Okay. So if I were to play any media thing, somebody would have a problem with it. Okay. I don't listen to these people. It's just a random thing. I think this is Forbes or maybe it's some other thing I had clicked on before. So let's just listen to this. Go ahead and adjust your volume. This is a chronicle of what happened in the middle of the night and what we know thus far. Okay. So
I'm gonna go. Let me see. I'm gonna skip past it because we all know what happened. He went to jail. That's what happened. They came and locked him up. Let me see. Hold on. Gotta pay the bills over there. Gotta pay them commercials. They ain't in the wrong commercial.
What we don't know. We know that Don Lemon is still in federal.
Okay.
sort of embedding the Bible is something, again, this is,
I believe 17 or 18. Accurately,
Okay.
I have
So I'm
been
gonna pause
reported.
right here because that's what she get started with her own opinion. Because this woman's opinion is when y'all hear this woman's opinion, y'all go see what I'm saying. This woman's opinion is gold to me. So anyway, I think for what I think first, I think Don Lemon should not be arrested. I think it does kind of really temper into really about freedom of speech because the thing is, you got some people like that saying, even on my YouTube page, they hear that I ain't saying nothing bad because they got their opinion. They saying, well, I'm glad he went because he broke the law. He did this, he did this, he did that. Okay, okay. Understand this. That if you make this right for him, if you make this right for him, understand it's gonna happen to your ass too. Like what black folks been saying, it happened to us first. So anyway, let's get into what MVOV is saying about this whole Don Lemon case. She is so smart, y'all. Check her out.
Reporting on Don Lemon for years. And so I am very familiar with so much of his background that goes back even into the 90s, not just the 2000s. The other set of knowledge I feel like other set of knowledge I think a person has to have in order to accurately see what happened to him here last night was you also have to see and understand and have been keeping abreast of how journalists in the US in particular have been attacked. How many people know that just last week, I think it was, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, a Washington Post journalist, her home was raided by agents, federal agents. Her phone was confiscated, her laptop, no reason given. They had gotten a federal warrant. They had gotten a warrant, just stormed in the girl's house because they claimed they were investigating one of her sources. So you have to have been keeping up with it. Otherwise, if you don't have the historical knowledge about Don Lemon and how he has done in his career and how the attack on journalists have been happening in this country, okay, especially over the last 2 years, then when you see what happened to Don Lemon, you will be tempted, I think, one, not you specifically, listener, but one person, the person, the proverbial person, will be tempted to see this in the light of either racism, oh, they're doing it to him because he's black, or, some other reason, okay? And
Okay, so I'm gonna pause right here for a second. So she's getting before we get into the dip of this right here, she really gonna break all this down. I'm only gonna play about maybe 20, 30 minutes up because it's like an hour long. But and in the spirit of that, you have to really take the emotion out of it and look at fact, look at public public scrutiny, public judgment, things of that nature. Okay. And we're gonna run down this rabbit hole with this because, like I say, Dunn should not be, locked up at all. Nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Now the whole church thing, I think something that she said as well, I think y'all gonna hear. I think when they went inside their church, he should have kept his ass outside. You know what I'm saying? Because Dunn does play on that threshold of drama and this stuff like that because it grows his platform. And you gotta look into that part too. It's just part of it. But let's get back into this and then yeah, we're gonna see what's going on. Let's go.
and we're going to get into all of that too. So I want to tell you that when I learned, okay, that Don Lemon had gotten in a plane on his own dime and flown to Minneapolis, I knew he was going to get himself in trouble. Why did I know that? Because I've been covering him for years and I've seen how he.
Everyone knows Google's Nano Banana. It changed the game when it came to character and
Okay,
object
y'all know I ain't got no
consistency
listen,
and
hit, like, hit,
multi-image
subscribe, because
scene
I ain't
generation,
got no money
making
like
it
that.
perfect
I'm a
for
regular
composite
person.
storytelling
That's why I ain't
and
got no
brand
premium.
visuals.
Yeah.
But
Hallelujah.
He has a pattern of taking advantage of events to catapult himself to whatever the next level is that he wants to go. I think anyone who has an understanding of reporters or journalists, we all know that there are always organic moments that can happen in the life of a journalist that catapults him or her to the next level in their career. It wasn't something that they orchestrated. It wasn't something that they even knew was going to happen. They were in the right place at the right time, and it happened. That's when opportunity meets, preparation miracles happen. However, when it comes to Don Lemon, he has a pattern of trying to curate opportunities to catapult himself to the next level that he wants to go to. And this has often failed for him. But just as much as it has failed, it has also succeeded.
Mhm.
And so I've seen over the past decades that he continues to do this. Now that when he got fired from CNN and he made the quick transition to getting on streaming via YouTube and all those things, I saw him doing the same thing.
Now, what she's talking about the same thing is, it's like okay, I'm gonna give y'all a good example. If you are a true like YouTuber, or you a true like real social media watcher, and you watch political commentators, you watch content creators, whatever, you know the drama factor in it. I think one person that can really tell a story is Tasha K. Even though she might be messy at times, but Tasha can tell a story like it's no other, because it's really the delivery of the story. If you're a great orator, you can sell it the way it needs to be sold. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it comes with theatrics. You got to know when to end it and when to stop it too. See, Dawn, what she's saying is that Dawn went too far. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he had the bag of Skittles in his pocket, but this time he took the thing out, ripped out the top, and threw a few on across the thing. And unfortunately, when you black and in America, you can't do every goddamn thing the white folks do. Now, the white folks be up there throwing, snowballs, pit balls, cones, firecrackers, rocks, kicks, cars, everything at these police officers. Now, don't walk up in the church and cover a damn protest, and he in jail the next day. And you have to understand, this is why one reason why black folks say we ain't coming outside, because shit like this, you got to be careful. So Dunn learned a lesson from this too, because he was a little bold. We're going to be honest, he was a little bold.
And I reported on it. And very often, and this is very difficult to have these kind of conversations when you're talking about a person's favorite, because a lot of us are not able to remove our own personal bias. We basically come from the perspective of, I like him, I like her, don't you dare say that. We don't really want to think through, yeah, I like this person, but yeah, or I don't like them, but yeah, they did the right thing. It's very difficult, what I'm saying, for all of us to be fair. And I acknowledge that. I'm a fair person. It's hard to do. It is, especially when you really like somebody. Like, I really like Don Lemon, the guy. He's a good dude. He really is. Good stand-up dude. Has done some really good behind the scenes that he never has mentioned. But that is wholly different from the persona he is when he's quote unquote in, doing his job.
Right.
So when I saw that he had gotten in a plane.
Right. So listen. So I love to listen to people that can really teach you how to be a better person today. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got EBT, you got Eat Better Today, but you actually can be a better person today. What is that? Better person today. BPT. EBTB. Anyway, bitch, be better. Listen, and I love that you're able to sit there and listen to her and explain it's like a light switch. We all know that. You can't pull up, you have a corporate job. If you're corporate cuntish, okay, you can't pull up at work, you know what I'm saying? And be the hood 901, 662 315 407 type of hole you want. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's the way you have to, cut it off. If you go somewhere and you're always acting the same when you go places, everywhere you go, I did that one time. I was stupid. Let me tell you something. I didn't understand the boundary of turning the light off when I was younger, and that meant, for certain places, you have a certain thing. And I learned how to become a bit of a chameleon, but sometimes you don't see that on the outside. So you need to have friends that really correct you. So that's what she's saying. Like, Dunn, he was doing the job, but he was doing a little too over the job. You know what I'm saying? Let her explain.
And flown up over there after the murder. The murder of Renee Good and then Alex Preddy. I said, oh my goodness, he's doing what a lot of these people do. He is leaving where he lives to go get in the middle of the mess.
Yeah, we gonna make sure we listen. There you go, hit that like, subscribe, because look, we are here. Come over here to YouTube.
And let's go. He was doing it under the guise of, I am going to be covering it as a journalist. And as we know, Don Lemon is now an independent journalist when he was fired from CNN, a job he had, like I said, for 17, 18, nigh on 20 years.
Now check this. I had no idea. Okay, I'm telling you, whoever MVMO, ma'am, doctor, therapist, whoever you are, teacher, black queen. Listen, your thought pattern is so intellectual. I don't agree with everything you say sometimes, but you have a lot of good ways of thinking. But anyway, she does her research before she jump on YouTube and just say some shit like some of us do. She don't do that. She really does like very authentic, very detailed research. Now the thing is, she ain't on camera like giving you a show, but you have to sit there and really listen to her. Okay, listen to her.
When I saw that he was outside the church covering it, and he called it Operation Pull Up, those were his words, very messy way to frame it. When I saw that he was outside the church interviewing people, and then I saw that he mounted up with them and he went inside the church as they protested, I knew that's when he had crossed the line in his job. Because it becomes very difficult when you're dealing with the people that he's dealing with, meaning the administration, these crazies. And again, thank you for giving me time and space to get to all of that. I can't say it all in 2.5 seconds. I knew that they were going to come after him because the bottom line is all of these journalists, like the Washington Post lady, there are certain people who've been lying in the cut. They've been lying in wait for you to do something, and they're going to seize that moment. It's our responsibility and our job to be wise enough to
listen
know
to the
we have
queen.
enemies,
She told them the truth.
and then we need to handle
She told them the
ourselves
truth.
accordingly. So when he
That's okay.
transitioned from outside to inside,
I think that's what got, like I said, I just said that a moment ago. You know, I'm glad he's out of jail already. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he was gonna get out. I don't think they will win this case. If they do, it just means that we kind of all lost our First Amendment right. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Because if they win this case, we losing our First Amendment. That's kind of what's gonna happen. But either way it go, I get what she's saying. Like, you know, going into the church was very, very risky or whatever. But then, you know, I'm glad he out of jail. But you know, Dunn can survive in jail. I don't know. I'm kind of different. I ain't scared to go to jail. I think that's why. Hey, country, what's up? What's up, bro? What's up? But me, I ain't scared to go to jail. You know why I ain't scared to go to jail? Because, bitch, let me tell you something. I'm cut from a different cloth. Okay. My papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he passed, he'll leave me just all broke and alone. Okay. And I don't give a fuck. My grandma from South Memphis. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't mind. And then on top of it, I'm gay too. Bitch, I finna walk dead up in that hole on the first day. Go find the biggest dude, find as I can. Hey, I'm yours. Welcome to the orange is the new black. Okay. And rainbow. Shit, the fuck. Anyway, let's go.
I knew he's gotten into the gray. Now, a lot of people say, well, he's a journalist.
Oh, hey, country. So right now, you ain't missing a little brother. You missed a little that bad. Okay, so what happened was we talking about you know, that Don Lemon. You know, everybody been talking about it all day long. Everybody been talking about it. I didn't missed it. Oh, I didn't. What? Yeah, you know, yeah, South Memphis, Mississippi Intrigue. Mm-hmm. That's my home. You know what I'm saying? My dad stay in North Memphis. Like, let me not say too much. But yeah, we're gonna get you up. But we talking about Don Lemon. Everybody's been covering Don Lemon already. But this lady right here, I was telling everybody earlier, like her page is called MVMO. And she's an intelligent. I don't know who she is. She's kind of anonymous. She never shows her face, but this woman is breaking down this whole Don Lemon thing, and that's what we are listening.
Right. I want you to calm down. That's the first thing. And I want you to think with me. Let's think it through. Let's talk it through. Let's not emotional through it. We're not going to come out to any rational thing. Think about any news program you've ever seen on your local news when a reporter, a journalist, is covering a story. And it's an active situation, which is what he was covering. It was an active situation. The protesters were outside saying, we're about to go inside. We're going to leave public property, the sidewalk, the whatever, and we're going to go onto private property. We're about to go inside that church. That's a church service is happening, which it's illegal to interrupt a church service in such ways. We should all know that. Even though people do it, they get arrested. Okay. Think about your local news. When have you ever seen a reporter, which again is a journalist,
Now
in
we're
an
gonna listen to the
active
question. Now that's a good
situation,
question.
go from outside to inside?
Mhm.
Let's just think of a burning building. They're covering an active fire at the school.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's like having another producer in
Okay.
the room that knows
Okay. Hit that like hit
exactly
that
what
subscribe
you're
because
saying.
we
This
have
is
no money to
co-producer.
pay
The
for the
fastest way to
premium
find
time.
sample.
Okay. Here we go.
They're talking to people
Mhm.
who are going in and they're talking to people who are coming out. But do you ever see them run up in the burning building with their microphone to cover the actual firefighters who are going in to fight the fire? No,
Mm-mm.
because there's a line that you're not supposed to cross. First of all, your own safety. You can't tell your audience anything if you die. So you can't cover anything if you're not there. When
Right.
Don Lemon, he could have been hurt outside. Okay. We saw 2 people get murdered who were outside, who were innocent.
Mm.
Alex Preddy doing nothing but trying to protect a woman who was being body slammed, bear sprayed, then shot 10 times. Okay.
And
So
to say,
as a
needless
journalist,
to, and
when
needless
you
to
go
say
from
this,
the out,
needless to say, let me tell you something. In either way it goes, you can't not unexplain or explain in any form, shape, fashion, form. Hey, Pap, what's up? Oh, you know what? Some of my people, I love y'all. Country, girly, Pap. I got my cousin. Some of y'all, I gotta even miss. I'm making y'all some moderators, so I'm learning how to do the moderator thing. So I'm making y'all moderators. Yeah, you know, cause y'all the real people. So I love y'all. Anyway, like she was saying, you know, oh Lord, Jesus. Okay, y'all. Let me go back. Let me go.
outside and you go inside with these people, you're going in with the firefighters to quote unquote fight the fire. You could have been killed. There could have been someone in the church who had a gun. Because yes, people do bring guns to church now with the advent of people coming onto church and disrespecting church property and church services. You could have been killed. You could have been trampled to death. You could have been pepper sprayed. You could have been clocked upside the head with a chair, a
Yeah,
hymnal book thrown at your head,
yeah.
causing you to, have a laceration.
Now, what she's saying is basically, let me tell you something for the young folks in the back. Okay. Basically, what Auntie's saying is, you know, sometimes you gotta use your better judgment or use your discerning spirit or either try to read the room. Okay. Now, let me tell you what she's basically saying in a nutshell. You as a gay black man with a white husband in America, okay, and you on a mic every day hollering about this white president that you don't like and that's a bastard motherfucker. Now you may be right, okay, but it's a different way you got to play that game, not the Nicki Minaj way, okay. That way over there, that way right there is selling your soul way. You don't want to go that way. Go the other way. You don't want to go that way. But you know, being able to understand how to read the room and know how to walk through. You can't walk with everything and say what the fuck you want to say. Shut the fuck up and sit back and read the room first before you open your mouth. God gave you 2 ears, come on, somebody, and 1 mouth. Okay. So what she's saying is that done then, because let me tell you something. I know that religion is very picky. Now, the white folks has used it for many, many years to keep us in slavery, to keep us in bondage, to keep us all in this loop of cycle I call the eternal thing of life. However, okay, when it comes to them, they utilize that and use it the way they want to justify what they do to us. Okay, and when you get into that thing, I think Dumb been married to that white man for too long. Y'all know that Dumb been married to that white man for so long. He got white money. Okay. This is above money. He already got money. Shit, he living my dream right now. I'll take that white man in day of the week. I'll feed him pork, hog maw, bacon every day of the week. Shit, done living a life. You know what I'm saying? He been married to that white man for so long. He living with that white money. So he feel like he can talk to the white man like that. He forgot Trump ain't that. Okay. So even though the judge said no 2 times, the third time judge said Trump said third time gonna be the charm for you, bitch, and it was. You got to know how to walk. You know, you could be adjacent. But you ain't them.
to the eye. There's so much that could have happened to his person when he made the, I feel, unwise decision to leave the outside to go on the inside with the firefighters to quote unquote again fight
Yes,
the
white
fire.
money.
He was not using wisdom. But when I saw his video
And carry that
where
chocolate too.
he titled that video, that live stream,
Mhm. Listen to this,
sometimes you
y'all.
basically I do whatever you got to do to fight, to help uphold democracy. I thought Don Lemon,
Mhm.
his old stunts have now gone too far. Now, what do I mean about his old stunts? I just said it earlier. Don Lemon has a history, and if you don't know his history, you don't know what I'm talking about. You just think I'm talking about this one thing, and you're trying to frame your opinion by this one thing. Honey, I years of this with Don Lemon. Don Lemon takes advantage of situations for his own self-promotion. He's always done that. Can I tell you how he's used you to do it too?
Let's
Let's take
to
a
this,
break
y'all.
from the protest. Let's talk about his YouTube channel. Now I am going to get a little bit into race because it's necessary.
Okay, so now she's finna move into this fact of, now listen, this, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Miss MVMO, my sister, let me tell you something. You sometimes you may say some stuff that I kind of, but I love life because you ain't got to agree with everything somebody say, but sometimes you could take something in. It's like the meat on the plate. It's like eating dinner. You might not like some of the shit that Keisha cooked, but grandma put this on the plate and it's good. And it's good. And and you can pick that out and take it in for you so it can be absorbed and come to your body and make you, and this woman right here, you got to be able to understand what she's saying. Listen, young people. Now we love Dunn. He ain't gonna get we hope he ain't gotta go to jail, because if he got to go, I gotta go find my marching shoes. Hell, now you got to bring. I hope it's that white man got to bring the people outside there. Now looking Dunn, now Dunn ain't gonna be that many of us come outside for you. Now we love you now. It ain't gonna be that many of us come because you was on their side for a long time. Now we love you, but I got I gotta get my marching shoes, and we love Dunn. But listen to this woman, y'all. This black, I'm telling you, black woman are some smart motherfuckers. Listen to this shit.
Necessary for the conversation. One of the things that I always hated, and I don't feel that's a misuse of that word, I did hate it, that I hated about Don Lemon's career was that in the entirety of his career at CNN, Don Lemon never advocated for Black folks. Never. Never. He, some might call it, was a bootlick. And this went on, various situations would happen. And instead of, advocating for his folks, Don Lemon went the other route. It was very disappointing. A lot of people like to give him applause when he combated the ignorant racist Ramaswamy on the CNN panel show, that a lot of people say that was the straw that broke the camel's back and they fired him. Well, as I reported on, that wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back. Don Lemon had a history at CNN. How they kept him all those years, as I said before, was literally beyond me. You guys remember we talked about how, again, this was years ago at CNN.
Now listen,
okay, that was a long.
Now listen. Now, one thing that we have to learn about each other, that we as growing. One thing I love, I would say this. One thing I love about us as Black people, some of us, mostly these days, is that some of us are becoming very more emotionally intelligent, and some of y'all are actually looking past the whole gay, light skin, weave, edge, thick foot. Y'all, some of y'all are actually looking past that and seeing beyond the need of that. We need each other in a different way, and I'm very proud of that. Like, we understanding our work while we ain't out there marching right now. Because I'm still looking for that money that the Somalians got. Now we have made all the souls rest in peace that ISIS took, but we still need our tax money back. We still need our tax money back. Okay, bitch, I ain't gonna let you forget. Now everything else going on out there. Hold on, let me put this down right quick. Hold on, this is on my heart. Hold on, excuse me 1 minute. Let me move this around. Where this thing get? Hold on. Okay. Now hold on. Let me tell you this. And you Somalians, let me tell you something. we need our tax money back. I would not let these deaths go in vain. And we know where it started was over there. You ain't gonna get on the internet and talk shit, and you ain't been out there marching or nothing like that. Now you got these wild folks out here crying and screaming and cutting up for y'all, and I feel bad for them. You know, I don't want them to happen to you, and I'm so sorry some of y'all got to get deported. But you know, some of this shit lies with you, and I want your people to be outside taking accountability for it, my brothers and sisters. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I seen I put on my page earlier today. I seen this woman was at this rally, and she was up there talking about, you know, how how they was paying for, you know, the people's rent, and they was doing different things. They were trying to help the people, and you know, and they was getting transportation, and they was trying to, now, in my brain as I was looking at that, I was saying to myself, self said, I said, yeah, self. So what the fuck wrong with her? Let me not get off on that. Let me stay on one thing at a time, because I will really go off on in this right here. But anyway, back to this. This is a life lesson from MVMO. Okay, this is one of her lessons. We're gonna take in each lesson as we go. There you go, Pep. I see you.
Longest job he ever had, because he has been fired from every job he's ever had in media. A lot of people don't know that. They don't know that. They only know about the CNN firing, kind of like that Mark Lamont Hill dude. Folks don't know. So years and years ago, when he got ticked at one of his female coworkers, he took a piece of paper.
Listen to this, y'all, closely.
Tore it up into tiny, tiny little pieces, and he strewn it all over her desk and inside her desk drawers. Another female coworker that he got pissed at, he actually began to harass her on a burner phone. They were able to trace phone back to him. They wrote him up, but they didn't fire him. What I'm saying is CNN was long suffering with Don Lemon. And when he began to get so brazen because he was pissed that he was demoted from having a show to being on a panel that he thought he was above those girls, and he was. I mean, those girls were journalists, but Don Lemon, he had experience, and Don Lemon is a good journalist. Now his tactics are something, you know, to question, but he is a good journalist. He's a great storyteller. He's a great writer. He understands how to cover the story without losing the point many, many times. Okay. However, he also has a bad boy side to him. He has an air of arrogance at times, and he feels like he should be able to do on his job, I'm talking about, anything he wants. C-suite be damned. Well, you're an employee unless you own it. So you can't come at the C-suite. For those who may not know, listening outside the U.S., in the U.S., we refer to those who are in the executives, the CEO, the CFO, they are the C-suite folks. Okay. They had talked to him. Chris Leck was new there. Chris Leck knew he was on shaky ground himself. And so he just fired him. Ramaswamy had no right to come on there and parrot racist, crapola. Don Lemon, I believe, did the right thing by challenging him. But when they said to him in his ear, go to commercial, and he refused to do it. See, that was him bucking the C-suite. But he had been bucking them for years. So it was kind of like, you know what, this is it. We done with you. We're done. So for me, okay, when Don Lemon got fired and he transitioned to his YouTube channel, I saw him do something that has been done forever. And that is when you have a Black person who was, goody, with their oppressors for a check, never advocated for Black folks, said a little something.
Now, listen. Two things to be, like I said before, two things can be true at the same time. Okay. Now, I think like this right here, when you're evaluating, when you're going down through a situation, if you indeed some shitty stuff, I'm going to point out where you have did shitty and stupid stuff. You're not finna get around me and then, had this notion that your brain to think that, you know what I'm saying, you're not supposed to, everything you did that was fucked up is not gonna get brought up. Oh, it's getting brought up over here. Okay. I need you to be reminded. Okay, it ain't holding on to nothing, but it's reminding you what the fuck you ain't gonna do. Okay, I can forgive you, but I ain't gonna forget. Okay, and I think right now what Don needs to learn is that what she said is very true. You know what I'm saying? Don, like I said, Don was over there with that wide money for a long time, honey. Don got that bread. Okay, Don had got him a good job with the girls, honey. He was up there ripping up papers and throwing stuff. He felt good. He could have harassed a white lady and get away with it. keep his job. Okay, talk shit to the white president and keep his job. You know, he got it comfortable. But it reminds you again, it's America, and America will remind you that it is America. You can never forget America is America, bitch. Okay, America ain't gonna let you forget. But you know, this lady right here was breaking down some of the details. I had no idea about the situation with, you know, like, Don, why would you rip up the paper? That is so gay. Let me tell you something. When I tell you that's some gay pettiness, baby. That is gay pettiness right there. That's how you know Dawn is a gay white woman on the inside, baby. Because Dawn ripped up the paperwork and ripped it up and left everything on her desk and walked away and said, "You bitch." He walked away and said, "You bitch. You're a bitch." That's what he said.
Here and there, but that's not the same as advocating. Okay. But then when they kick you to the curb, and you know what I mean by they kick you to the curb, and now you got to go start your own thing. Then all of a sudden, you have all these things to say, especially to Black women. I saw him target his message when he first was trying to build his YouTube following to Black women. They don't care about you. Da, 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 da. He said all the right things to gather those subscribers, gather those Black women to his side. Because historically speaking, when it comes to the Black community, we know how our men have been treated in society. And generally speaking, notice I said generally speaking, they can find a home with us when it comes to support. If nobody else supports you, we will support you.
Let me tell you something.
Sometimes to a fault.
Thank you, Auntie. Now that right there was that right there really is a mic drop. That is some knowledge right there for your ass. If you don't know, if you are a man, okay. And this is one reason why, you know, that I have the respect I have for a lot of the Black women and Black women I know and Black women I meet, is because, like she just said, if you cannot find anyone else to support you all the time, one person that's going to support you as a Black man, you're going to find a Black woman somewhere who is going to support you. You could be gay with one eye. You could be a straight man with 2 teeth, and a sheet and $2 in your pocket with some decent, and you would get supported by a Black woman. Okay, look at these pastors out here. You see how many church members they got, and most of them Black women, and they're hollering, and they know they pastors a hoe. Some in there praying that the first lady passed away today, so they can go ahead and be the next one in line. I'm telling you, someone waiting. Someone waiting. Some of them are waiting. They are waiting. I'm waiting for love. Are you waiting for me? Oh, my dreams. Until I am ready. Let me shut up. Okay, let's go.
We see it with these churches all the time. We talk about that here all the time. How these preachers.
Listen, she just said it. I ain't heard that part. See there? You do say it up. It's for real. Like with Drewski and shit. Drewski was not lying. Drewski was not lying. Drewski was not lying. Drewski was just clearly pouring out the simple facts of what goes on in the Black church on a regular basis. Y'all dipped in them pulpits. You put on the show. You know, you really don't want to help nobody. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then people are just left. You know what I'm saying? No, bro, you can't do that.
Can sleep around. They can do all kinds of things. We just talked about Jamal Harrison Bryant. You can take your wife, who's an educated woman who has a PhD and it's a divinity degree, and she got like a bunch of degrees. She's degreed up. She stacked them. Highly educated, which is not the same as being highly intelligent, by the way. She just so happens to be highly educated. You can take such a woman and dumb her down to taking her to a prestigious event like that prestigious fundraiser that happens in that city every year, where you have men and women of real stature. You've got politicians, you've got people in business, you've got people who own venture capitalists are there, and you dumb her down to walking her in a dress that gives the illusion of nakedness. And
bro, yes. Now I like her. I really do. I really do like her. However, she does have her opinion on Pastor Jamal Bryant, and I do too. But I will say this, like I said before, First lady is a good looking, educated woman. Okay. Pastor is a lucky man. Like I've said before, I've heard about it many, many times. I've had it once or twice myself. But I heard these days, sometimes that thing is so good. They say if you throw it up in the air, it'll turn to sunshine. So I can't blame Pastor for what he doing. Now, she wanna walk around how she wanna walk around. It's her business. But I ain't gonna come in on how she feel about that. That's her opinion.
And you're a pastor by that, and she's the first lady of your church. And guess who was clapping and shouting in his church as he was defending that decision? Black women. Okay. So again, my point is in saying that is that traditionally and generally, our men can find a home. We're going to support you when nobody else does. Even if it makes no sense, our support, we should be standing up. We should be saying, you're on the foolishness now. We're done. And until you straight up and fly right, we're done. Okay. We don't do that. We just say, hey, nobody else, everybody else is against him. And it's true. It is true. It is. We know it historically, everything. But Don Lemon, he used that to his advantage. It has been done and redone and redone. He specifically curated his YouTube message to Black women because they came over and supported him in droves. They built up his following to the hundreds of thousands of subscribers he has now. Because guess what Don was going to do? He did what all these people do. He was going to parlay those subscribers to going to white advertisers to say, see, now give me the money.
Now listen. I hope Dunn hears that, because that right there, now what she just said, that right there was not only a mouthful, but it's not even a read, really. You know what I'm saying? Some people call it read. It ain't a read, real talk. That's a life lesson. Because guess who finna be out here making all this racket? Guess who? Guess who finna be everywhere? I mean, I know your white husband out there, baby. He was out there today. That white man was out there today, baby. That white man was out there. Okay, did y'all see him? He was standing behind it. Stand by your man. Stand by your man. He was standing by his man today, honey. All that black dick. Listen, so what she's saying is like, when it's time to, you will remember how you made it over. Okay. You want sometimes the old song you sing in the church, how I made it over. Okay. You will remember, God will remind you of how you made it over. Okay. Don't let God have to remind you of how he brought you over. Because the only thing that give me some time with the immigrants or whatever over there that come over here, our cousins, our melanated cousins that come over here. They forget how who brought them over. How did you get over? How did you make it over? You made it over on the backs of black men, women, and children. Yes, you did. And you can't forget that. You always got to respect where you came from, And Dunn don't understand, I know that he was absent for a while because he was over there trying to do his thing. But he understands now is that that shit ain't gonna work, because now, for a fact, you know what I'm saying? Them folks ain't finna let up off you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta walk a whole different type of light. Let's go.
Give me the sponsorships, give me the this, give me the that, so I can build my YouTube show. Don Lemon in his entire career has done nothing for Black women of substance, nor has he ever really taken up for them when he was sitting up on the CNN. And again, I'm talking about years of watching Don Lemon. Not those of you listening who've been watching him a few years and you think, oh my God, he's such an avid. Girl, you don't know. You better go back. Look at things contextually. He has not. He's been a bootleg. That's what people.
And you know who else got us like that? Nikki. For real. Like, y'all listen. Nikki got us just like that. Listen to what this woman just said. This woman just taught us a whole lot of life lessons. And sometimes you could be doing this in your life too. But and learn. What she's saying is this, is that Dunn knew how to play the game to get what he needed, to get what he want. And within Dunn, it ain't been a whole year on thing. Oh, it's been over a year, maybe a year or something like that. That Dunn been back on YouTube, and Dunn already have 1 million subscribers. over a million subscribers. And again, like what this black woman just tell you? Who was his main first subscribers? Black women. True enough, he went and got Angela Rye. He went and got Amanda. I think he went and got and those people on YouTube that are really, really big. Those people, he got all their followers as well because everybody felt so bad after the thing. So he knows the game. He's smart. I'm not saying you're a bad person, but sometimes you gotta know how to play the game. But he know how to play the game. And this right here is a lesson though. So don't let people use you for what you're. And you know what I'm saying? This is the same thing. Like it makes me feel bad. You know, like the Byron guy, Byron Daniels, and you know, conservative black Republicans. They use you for a season or whatever, and then they cash you in like a fucking a quarter cigarette on South Memphis over there on Macklemore, Intrigue, and Mississippi. They cash you out that fast, bro.
like him are called. That's what he's done until he needs something. Until he needs something. Until he needs something. And he knew exactly what to say. And we supported him in droves. I'm saying I didn't, but I'm a black woman. We supported him in droves. We helped him build up his YouTube channel. And then what did Don Lemon do? What did he do? Because, you got to give people something to make them feel like you're repaying them. He began to bring on a lot of black female panelists on his show. And see, that goes along. That kind of makes people feel like, oh, well, yeah, you are really for us. Blah, 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 blah. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. But then his message began to change. Don Lemon went right back to his old ways because Don Lemon was not satisfied, as I said last year, with being on YouTube. YouTube, guys, is hard. It is not what you think. Those of you, I used to do this back in the day when I used to come on camera. Like, I have mad editing skills when I'm really on my A game. When I used to do videos, I used to have all kinds of clips and this and that, and you're pointing here and the picture appears. That stuff takes hours to do. For you to curate.
Listen, yes, good. We almost do this, y'all. We almost do this. I'm gonna take too long. I just want to go over this. Some of this knowledge that she's spitting out. I think Don will get past this case. If he does not get past this case. If he does not, listen to me. If he does not get past this case, if you are a journalist, news reporter, anchor, or whatever, if you are here telling any bit of the news or sharing any gossip, you need to be careful. Okay. Because no matter how you look at it, now Don, I don't think he need to have his ass up there, but Don, he was. But no matter what, if this right here would definitely propel him to another level because Don Lemon is going to surpass this, which I think he will. Okay, Don Lemon name is going to be bigger now than anything because, of course, I think he'll win the case. However, I don't think he made the right judgments. I think I would have just kept my ass outside. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know what I'm saying? And then really, the other woman that went up in there, they say they judge rejected it twice, but he did. I think it was 5 people, but he rejected 3 of them, and he took 2 of the cases or whatever. Oh, yeah. Okay, so y'all, this is what the charges were. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, has said they are charging him with conspiracy to deprive rights and the violation of the FACE Act by allegedly interfering with someone's First Amendment right. So they said it's what he did. So what is FACE? FACE is punishable by a year. It's punished by a year in prison. The conspiracy against rights and so I think it's like a Ku Klux Klan that they're trying to get him to a KKK. They can't use the shit on him. They're trying to use some shit to try to see what they can use it on us, then they can try to use it on everybody else. Got us fucked up. We ain't going for that. We ain't got to march about this right here, y'all. I don't think we got to march about Don. He got white money. All we gotta do is keep on just hitting like and subscribe over there, Don. He gonna be all right. He got a white husband. He got white lawyers. I'm praying for. That's our brother. He gonna be all right. We ain't gotta send no money though, and we ain't gotta go outside to march. Just go over there and hit like and subscribe.
A 10-minute video. That 10 minutes behind the scenes and the editing could have taken you 5 hours. It's real. It's real work is what I'm saying. And Don Lemon is used to having a team of people do things for him. So I knew when he started that crap over there at YouTube, I said, Don Lemon wants to go back to television. And see, when I said that last year, a lot of people were like, he's got money because, and I say this all the time, and I had to learn this too.
Now, this is the last part right here, and we're going to stop. Okay, this is gonna be the last part, and we're gonna stop on this because we're at an hour. I know it's gonna go that long. I tell you like this. Thank you for being a friend. Traveling down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a power and a comforter. If you threw a party and invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me. And the contact would say, thank you for being a friend. Okay, I'm good playing. Let me see. Okay, let's go.
Those of us who are quote unquote lay people, we're not rich. We have to understand rich people don't do things for money. Not they do things for money, but what I'm saying is this. When you're already rich and you have everything you want,
Come on,
there's
preach, auntie.
nothing
This
in
a
the
lesson.
world you can't buy.
Mm-hmm. It's a lesson.
When it comes to the space he's in,
Mhm.
the currency is not more money. It's attention. It's
Right. I
relevancy.
just said that right.
That's the real gold for
Mhm.
someone like a Don Lemon. So it was very difficult for me to
gotta
have a
finish this whole
conversation
video.
with my audience because they kept going back to,
No,
why
I'm
would he
joking.
do that? He's rich. It's like, oh gosh, can we?
Right.
But I understood. People were looking at it from
You know, let me tell you this right here, and this is a life lesson. You know, you get around people, right, and you grow. And I thank God that I was not raised very materialistic. Okay, I was raised very, very much okay. Get out there and get your bread and earn it. Okay, I had a job at 14, 15, cleaning the church, the church janitor. Okay, got me a little job at McDonald's from there, and I'm working there since morning. Okay, I was taught that. I think the thing is as well is that you have to understand as you get older, it's not about I find it to be like you're really using your brain. You're really using your thought. Oh, I feel good that my mouth ain't swollen no more. Sorry, I just had to say that. But you're really using your brain power. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's good for you to study other people because, like she just said, Don Lemon, yes, he got money, but this is beyond money. Trump got money, but it's beyond money. Because when you have at a point where I've met people that they can buy anything they want. Okay, they can purchase and they completely. I'm serious. They completely think completely different of how I'm thinking. Okay, I can have $1,000 in my savings account. Okay, at $25 in my chicken account, and I'll still be checking the prices at TGI Fridays. I'll still be checking the price. Like, hold on, y'all got that y'all got 2 for $20, or is it 2 for $32 now? When is happy hour over? You know, that's me. You know. So and I didn't even get there right now, but still though. But that's how. But I understand that some people that's beyond their thought. So when you're thinking on the mind level of Don Lemon money, he's TV, bitch. Okay. To come back down to YouTube, he was mad about that. I don't want to be down here with you raggedy bitches, but I got to. But I'll get back up. It was like a trampoline, right? He fell. Trampoline does what it goes in and it jump and you actually go back higher. And I think that's what Dunn is in the process of doing. But I'm gonna let her break down this part and then we're gonna be done.
from their life. I don't have all the money that I would want. And if I had all that money, I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that. But you're not rich, neither am I. Rich people think differently. They go after things for different reasons. Now, we know there are some rich people who are greedy. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about a person like Don Lemon. So if you can, keep my comments in context. Don Lemon, all he knows is legacy television.
Imagine being able to build anything.
If
Just
you like
by
to
thinking
subscribe, you
about
were
it.
here to see this
Meet
show because I don't have
Base
premium. So
44.
let's go.
Even though legacy television is dying, people began cutting the cord, 10, 15 years ago? But for someone like him, who's a real journalist, getting out here, okay, with the YouTubers, you see yourself as better than that. He is. He is. He's a real journalist. I'm not.
Now, mind you this. Mind you this. I have not seen all of this video yet. And she is saying some of the same stuff I have already seen. I seen the first part, first like 10 minutes. I said, oh my God, I gotta watch this on YouTube. But she is saying some of the same stuff I had just said.
Most of the people you watch, they ain't either. We're just opinion hosts. We're just people who are regular folk who come online and give our opinion about stuff. Sometimes whether we have the expertise to do it or not. It's just us yapping, like people in the comments yap. We come on a mic and we yap. It's just yapping, just in different forms. This dude is a journalist. It was an insult to him to have to go to YouTube. He just wasn't going to come tell you that, or else you wouldn't have subscribed.
Now, didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say that?
But he always was, in my view, my opinion, trying to parlay that to get back on television.
Yep, like a trampoline. I just said that.
Because
Right.
Don Lemon wants to be on television. YouTube is great for you.
You know what? One thing about this lady right here, we don't agree on everything, but a lot of things that's just stuff that just makes sense. That makes sense. Because you don't have to look at a person as bad. Like, we love Dunn. Okay, we love Dunn. We want Dunn need to be free our brother. Okay, even though he's married to a white man, fuck Dr. Umar because he's did many of the wrong things, and he ain't gonna judge Dunn for having a white man to being gay. Okay, I will trade Dunn and his white husband for Umar any day of the week. At least I know for a fact they got the money for the school. Moving forward, listen. You have to be able to rightly divide things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like what I said with Nikki. We all know Nikki is a great artist. Shitty person, great.
YouTubers, but when you're a Don Lemon, honey, you got to understand it's almost like going back down to zero. Like, what? I'm over here with what? I'm with the likes of a Tasha K is what he'd be thinking. I'm the likes of a Jake Paul who did stunts for years,
Damn, Auntie.
who parlayed his YouTube into a boxing career when he's not a boxer.
Right.
Hello. To the Anthony who showed him what a real boxer was. This is what
Okay.
it feel like to get hit for real.
Baby.
Mike Tyson played with you. I ain't. Okay.
Period.
So Don Lemon was insulted by that.
Okay, play with your pussy, don't play with you.
But he parlayed and he said all the right things
Mm-hmm.
because he knew Black women were, generally speaking, we're going to support you because we know how
Right.
hard you have it. And him being LGBTQ plus too, that's a double whammy. Black man and your double whammy in this society.
All right, what I tell you?
That's truth, Ruth.
Mhm.
And so they backed him up. And then he parlayed that into the Don Lemon show.
Mm-hmm.
And he got some advertisers. And then he was able to bring on all the guests. Most of those guests, by the way, aren't paid. It's their job to parlay their experience, their experience.
And there you go. Okay. Another day of news and stories and things like that going on. I would say this, like I said before, I love Don Lemon, brother. I love you. Chris Cuomo, keep your hating, privileged, white ass mouth off of Don. He going through enough right now. We ain't got time for you being jealous. You just mad because he got 1 million subscribers and you over there stuffing with the same people you've been doing this for 6 years. He ain't came in for the first 6 months. He ain't already outran your ass. We outrun everybody. I do it all. Mind your business. Chris Cuomo, go find your goddamn brother. And the missing files we've been over there missing that Trump said he gonna give us. I bet your ass in them because Don ain't in them. I don't know where yours is at. Anyway, yeah, y'all singing it. I don't know. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chris, come on, what the hell wrong with you? You basically got online and tried to call him a bitch. Child, listen, not in this black season. We'll cuss him out. Like right now, what we just did just a second ago. We just did it with experience, okay? We just did. That was cussing done out in the family way of saying straighten your ass up. Don't forget where the power lies and where the voice lies as well. We ain't mad at you having a wide husband, but don't forget where you belong. You know what I'm saying? And he does. I think he knows that, you know. But anyway, that is your news of the day. I just want to give out your thoughts to that. I hope Dunn is fine. Hope he does well. If you are here, you are near. I hope you're being unapologetically and it's also clear. And I hope you're being unapologetic as me, because I'm being unapologetic as I know how as well. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like and that subscribe, and I will see you on the next live or the next video. Hit like and subscribe to keep up with more. Bye. 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 Oh, you know what? Hold on. What I'm gonna say? What I'm gonna say? Yeah. Just have a good day. No, I was looking for something, y'all. I don't think I have it in here in my system yet. Oh, I think I do.
Yeah. Check talks.
And I do.
TV
There we go.
They coming
Yeah.
in hot all 2026.
All hot all year long.
Where being unapologetically is the
Ooh.
unapologetic. We're
Ooh.
just excited 'cause we them, I'm just excited. Where being
I'm
unapologetic is the unapologetic. We're just excited 'cause we them, I'm just excited. Where being unapologetically is the unapologetic. We're just excited 'cause we them, I'm just excited. Where being unapologetic.
Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to go and follow Headstrong TV. Go follow Country. Go follow Girly. Go follow Pap. Go follow AJ Sounds. Go follow everybody. I love you. We are here. We are near. Let's keep us black, informed, and understood people.